periodic property discussed. The shielding effect already considered. The shielding effect is called the Slater rule. How is the shielding effect? 1s, 2s, 2p is a 2s, 2p is a shield effect is 8, and the 2 and 3s, 3p, 3s, 3p is a shield, so acted, and 3d and 4s, 4p is called further increasing of alpha orbital is a shielding effect. It will be considered is the calculate is the already is the basic concept. S and p orbital is like that. S electrons only 0.3 n values, and the d orbital and f orbital is considered 0.35 nth orbital. N minus 1 0.85 compared to the 1 n minus 1, and consider of the 1 completely further inside is the same both. So effective nuclear charge is the radius of compared to the radius. The simple important points only is also discussed, students. So the 1s group elements lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium discuss that down the group in the periodic table is a down the group increasing the radius. Single points down the group in periodic table, down the group 1s group, down the group you will be write it for your book. Down the group increasing radius, increasing radii, radius, increasing atomic radius. So increasing atomic radius, the single 1 mark points very important. Atomic radii, the covalent radius calculated, but down the group of in periodic table increasing of atomic radii. Next you will be calculated ionic radii. The electron is cloud is ion, is the ionic radius is the univalent crystal, is a Pauling scale method already known for diameter equal to radius of cation plus radius of anion. One important 5 mark. Students will be noted the one important 5 mark. Ionic radius in the radius of cation plus radius of anion. So cations plus anions, and you will be consider radius of cations and radius of anions. Will be method is the Pauling scale. Example like that, the sodium plus 1 electrons loss. Example sodium is atomic number 11. 1 electrons loss means 1s2 2s2 2p6 configuration. So chlorine 1 electrons gains means 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6 configuration, like that the noble gases like. So calculated of ionic radius, radius cations is inversely proportional to 1 by nuclear charge effective of cations, and radius of anions is the gain of electrons, like that the inversely proportional to 1 divided effective nuclear charge anions. Is the equation 1 and equation 2 consider dividing. So you will be considered no problem. 1 and 3 same two equation is this divider equation cations divided anions. So inversely proportional to radius of cation divided radius on anion, effective of nuclear charge anion divided effective of nuclear charge cations is the one important 5 mark. That calculation will be work out for yourself. Consider of sodium with fluoride in your sodium fluoride, like that just you will be apply of the formula, the values will be given, you will be write own self. Next you will be compared to the ionization energy, students. Ionization energy, the one metal, every metal loss of first 1 electrons means metal loss of 1 electrons is the positive charges of metal is already discussed. The first ionization energy 1 electrons will be lost, and successive ionization energy, another 1 metal loss of 1 metal electrons, another 1 electrons loss, metal 2 plus electrons is another 1 electrons. Is compared to the successive ionization energy, 1 electrons loss and second electrons loss, third electrons loss, more ionization energy of the metal. The ionization energy compared to the students, like that variations of first period. Example like that, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Only one single point, ionization energy compared to the nitrogen and oxygen, increasing of nitrogen. Why is the important 2 mark, students, but no have print in your book. So why hydrogen is filled outermost configuration 2p3 1s2 2s2 2p3 configuration. So compared to the oxygen, nitrogen, so nitrogen is a greater ionization energy. So left to right in periodic table on the period left to right, in consider to the left to right in periodic table, lithium to neon is the increasing ionization energy, whereas the compared to that half filled and completely filled means more ionization energy of every atom is a very important point. So examination point compared to the nitrogen and oxygen, which is the more ionization energy, ask the question. Students follow the mistake. So oxygen is atomic number 8, so mention to the more ionization energy is the not answer is students. The nitrogen is half filled, more ionization energy is called shielding effect. Next will be the group, means 1s group, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, ionization energy down the group in the periodic table, down the group decrease, left to right increase, down the group decrease, periodic table 1s group decrease. Next students, so loss of property means ionization energy. So gain of property means electron affinity. So one atom, one electrons will be gained, so anions gained charge is the electron affinity, is mentioned the same like that. Electron affinity is the clue words changes same, half filled and completely filled, and the decreasing of electron affinity. Students, only one concept, half filled, example like that nitrogen atom, completely filled like that the neon is called low affinity, decreasing of affinity. Compare like that the fluorine, outermost only one electron, example 1s2 2s2 2p5 electronic configuration, last only one electrons is a more electron affinity of fluorine atom, more electronegativity of fluorine atom is compared to the halogens group. Next will be that periods is the period, allowing the 1s periods, more electron affinity compared to the group number like that, the 17th group number, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and like that is compared to the fluorine to chlorine, more electron affinity is a important questions. Next will be the electronegativity. So electronegativity will be calculated is a Pauling scale like that. Electronegativity minus A minus B is a 0.182 to root electronegativity A minus electronegativity A atoms into BB atoms is a whole of, and compared to the various electronegativity is a period left to right, electronegativity increasing of the first period, lithium, beryllium, boron is the no problem, is the electronegativity increasing of the left to right in periodic table in the periods. The compared to the electronegativity of the elements is periods left to right increase like that, the 1.3 1.5 1.6 is increasing, and the same like that 1s group is the decreasing of the group of electronegativity, same answer. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, potassium, rubidium, cesium in that decreasing of the electronegativity. And compared to this like that is the valence of cell, variations of valence of group. If the example like that, lithium valence of 1 electrons, what is mean by atomic number 3, 1s2 completely filled, 2s1 is the 1 electrons means valence of cell. Compared to the nitrogen, 1s2 2s2 2p3, so outermost cell 5 electrons, valence of cell is considered total of 5 is a 3,5. 3, atomic number 7 is like that, valence of electrons 5 like that. And next will be compared to the anomalous properties is like that. Periodic table is the diagonal relationship, one important questions. So same like that, in periodic table, lithium to magnesium same property, beryllium to aluminum same similar properties. Compared to that, beryllium is also 2s like that group. Second group, aluminum is a p block element, so same behavior, same properties of the diagonal relationship. Lithium to magnesium, lithium is a 2s group, magnesium is a p block element, so same physical chemical properties means diagonal relationship. One important 3 mark question is like that, is a diagonal properties. Next, periodic trends of chemical relativity means is the discuss of next lesson, but slightly discuss also here. The sodium react with the oxygen is the disodium oxides, and like that the chlorine chlorate is important like that. The basic disodium oxide react with water give the sodium hydroxide. The same perchloro oxide is also given. The different expected different properties of peroxides. So example like that, important points is like that. Ionization compare amphoteric natures. So amphoteric natures means the two basic character, acidic character and basic character means is called amphoteric natures of barium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide is a strong basic nature. The magnesium hydroxide is a weak basic nature. Barium hydroxide is a strong basic nature, but beryllium hydroxide is a amphoteric nature. Two possibilities, basic nature and acidic nature. So like that, the beryllium hydroxide react with hydrochloric acid, so beryllium chloride to form. Compared to the sodium hydroxide react is a sodium berylliate is also given the product. So amphoteric natures of beryllium hydroxide, one important questions. Thank you to all.